Time now for the hot sauce. We want to bring to the couch Kathy Moskal, who is a true entrepreneur. I know you've seen her product, Hugh Tights. They are everywhere, and she's the creator. She runs several successful businesses now. She is back home to Buffalo, sharing her knowledge with the students at her Buffalo State College. And we're welcoming you to the show this morning. I'm so excited to have you on. We were speaking briefly. Hugh Tights, I think, are the industry standard, and I wear a lot of tights. That is fantastic that you were the woman behind the most popular tight in the world. How did you even begin to come up with that?
Well, you know, it was kind of really accidental, which I think a lot of creative entrepreneurs actually start out in business accidentally. Mm-hmm. They come upon something and they fulfill a need. With us, my partner and I at the time, we were just on the cusp of when things were coming in color, mm-hmm. different products. So one of the things that we made in color were these white cotton nurses stockings. We dyed them. Anyway, to kind of cut to the chase, you know, we realized that for the modern woman at that time who didn't want to wear sheer hosiery,
sure.
that using opaque hosiery was something more fashionable.
Mm-hmm.
And what was great was because we were women, we knew what we loved about hosiery, we knew what we hated about hosiery, so we really could customize it to, you know, what women really wanted.
Well, and I am here to tell you, as a woman, that is exactly what I want. So you nailed it.
Good,
You've been nailing it. It's a hugely successful company, and you've been able to branch out into a couple of different excursions as well. And now you're trying something new with handbags.
Yeah. After we sold Hugh, I had a couple other businesses that I did, and I started getting involved in little totes. I have a tote that I brought you.
Oh, okay, great.
So this is one of the totes. I like new materials, mm-hmm. and so I developed this material. It's a little tote that comes in a bag like this. And this was another tote that I made out of Tyvek, which is what they wrap houses in.
Oh, right.
So they were reversible totes. They were coated. One side was white, one side was gold, and various other colors. And then this tote that I'm making here comes out of this little bag. And
oh, look at that.
It expands into
that's great.
A kind of crinkly, it's very strong, it expands and it's really light.
It's so light.
Which is
That's
great.
Unbelievable.
Because usually you're carrying something and the bag itself is so heavy.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You know, how important is just the creativity and the innovation in being your own entrepreneur?
Well, you know, I mean, for me, that's the most fun part, of course, mm-hmm. you know, but a couple things that I've come to understand being an entrepreneur is, you know, you really have to love to solve problems, mm-hmm. because no matter how good your idea is, no matter how well you develop it, there are always issues that come up, and if you embrace the problems, you usually get to a much better place. You know, you develop the product better. So I think creativity and problem solving, also risk taking, are, you know, really important elements to being an entrepreneur.
You know, I think the students at Buff State are going to be lucky to listen to you this afternoon in the economics class. What about the folks at home this morning? If one of our viewers is sitting at home and she's like, I've got a great idea, what on earth does she do to begin?
Well, you know, I think one of the things is, you know, with the internet now, you can just do so much research. I think you go on the internet and, you know, you see what else is out there in that category. So that'll help you refine your idea, mm-hmm. if there is something like that out there. If there's not anything out there like that, you'll find that out also in terms of competition. And then, you know, it's great to get feedback from people, but it's also really important to know that if you're an entrepreneur, you really have to stick to your idea.
Right.
Because even ideas that seem really obviously good, a lot of times people don't get it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I remember when we went to Bloomingdale's and saw the hosiery buyer initially, he said, women will never put color on their legs.
Yeah,
you know?
They will.
And then they became one of our biggest clients. So you just have to stick to it.
Great advice. We're so glad to have you on the show this morning, Kathy. You're a true inspiration. Congratulations on your success. And I think the students at Buff State are going to learn a lot from you this afternoon.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
We're going to send things now over to Emily and the .com chick.